Have you been on Crohn's medications, had surgery, or been on steroids, but are still suffering from pain, diarrhea, constipation, or other symptoms? Having Crohn's is a significant impact on your overall quality of life. It can impact your social life, your work, your freedom, and your overall happiness. Medications will do some of the work, but they are not 100% effective for everyone. On average, biologics are 16 to 45% effective in research studies. This does not mean you should stop taking your medications. It means that your body needs a little more support to help you reach remission so that you can feel more normal and have more control over your disease and your life. Have you tried cutting out gluten or dairy, or maybe you've gone paleo or plant-based, but it's just not working? My name's Nicole. I'm a registered dietitian. I have Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed in March 2020. Yes, right at the height of the pandemic. My background prior to that was in weight management and behavior change. I am currently working on my PhD in integrative and functional nutrition so that I can further research with diet and Crohn's disease. And I'm also the director of organizational engagement for nutritional therapy for IBD, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing nutritional therapy to the forefront of IBD treatment. Nutrition for Crohn's success. So first and foremost, there was a 42-year-old male who had a stricture, newly diagnosed with Crohn's. He followed the Crohn's disease exclusion diet for 8 months and no longer had a stricture on follow-up or sign of any active disease. And then there was a 40-year-old, also male, had Crohn's for 10 years, failed multiple biologics, had 3 resections, and started the specific carbohydrate diet, and in less than a year had minimal active disease. And then we have a 24-year-old female who failed Humira and Remicade. She followed the Crohn's disease exclusion diet for 12 weeks and was in remission. So today I want to discuss diet mistakes that people are making for their Crohn's, key nutrients that you should be adding to your diet, and additional lifestyle approaches for disease management. Some common diet mistakes that I see: people going gluten-free. Research actually shows that this approach doesn't really work for Crohn's. It can help minimize symptoms for some people, but for overall inflammation, intestinal permeability, and the gut microbiome, it does not do much. Going dairy-free. Now, most people with Crohn's are actually lactose intolerant due to the damage of their small intestine. However, going low lactose is not the same as dairy-free. Yogurt is actually a low lactose food that has extremely beneficial probiotics in it, and by cutting it out, you may be halting your healing. And overall excessive restriction. This can lead to your decreased nutrient intake when you are already malnourished or lacking in certain key nutrients. And also, excessive restriction can make it really hard to stick to a healing diet and will reduce your ability to feel free from your disease. Some key nutrients to add in are zinc and vitamin D. Zinc is a key mineral for immune function. It fights inflammation and it is imperative to wound healing. And most people with Crohn's are deficient in zinc due to the disease activity. And then vitamin D, there are a lot of studies that show that a low vitamin D increases your risk of having Crohn's disease and also increases your risk of relapsing into flares or needing surgery. Vitamin D plays a pivotal role in immune function. It also reduces inflammation and helps with wound healing. Make sure to supplement these in your diet, but do not do a multivitamin with iron, as supplementing oral iron can harm the microbiome. So that's why a lot of gastroenterologists do iron infusions if you are severely anemic. Additional lifestyle strategies to put into place. Diet is not everything. So additional things to look at is getting proper sleep. You want 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. Stress management. Yes, psychological stress can alter your microbiome and increase intestinal permeability, and you should work towards reducing your anxiety and depression, and this will look different for everybody. All of these have an impact on your microbiome and the health of your gut. I know diet for Crohn's can be extremely confusing, and if you want to heal and feel like yourself again, you have to do more than just identify trigger foods. I personally struggled with this for 2 years. My gastroenterologist, at the very beginning of my disease, told me that diet has nothing to do with the disease, it will not cure the disease, and it will not make my disease worse. And in fact, I spent a good year on biologics, eating really poorly because I was extremely emotional over the fact that I had this disease and ended up getting significantly worse, even on biologics. So I spent years, those 2 years, reading heavily into the research that is available. I felt extremely lost and confused about how I could change my diet because everything I was reading said that fruits and vegetables were the answer, and I could not tolerate those. I am getting my PhD and I've started this private practice because I do not want you to go through the same struggle. I want you to feel normal, have energy, and not be tied down by this illness. And I want you to avoid future surgeries, fistulas, strictures, and infections. So, the Crohn's disease nutrition program. In my program, I guide clients to making the right diet changes for them and in the least restrictive way possible. So you do not have to follow the specific carbohydrate diet or the Crohn's disease exclusion diet or go plant-based 100%. And in fact, if you have small bowel Crohn's, going plant-based generally will not work. And it is so much more than just nutrition. It is a lifestyle program. Do you want to relieve stress and anxiety, have more energy in your life live your life to the fullest and be truly present and stop worrying about what your future holds with this disease and whether or not it's going to become debilitating? What this program is not, it is not a quick fix. It's not a push of the button. It's not take a supplement and you'll be healed. And it is certainly not temporary. It is possible to feel like your old self again, and it is possible to live life and have days where you forget you even have Crohn's. But you are going to have to make changes to your lifestyle, to your habits, to your thought patterns. And with the right adjustments and guidance, you can begin healing. It's about making the right changes for your disease and for your life. The Crohn's Nutrition Program is 12 weeks of restructuring your thought processes, your diet, and your lifestyle. Now, you can have a 40-minute call with me for free, totally complimentary, to learn more about this program and see if it would be a good fit for you. This is for people who have Crohn's disease. If you are feeling confused and conflicted about the right changes to make, and you are ready to have less pain and have energy in your life. And additionally, you have to have the time and resources to make a serious commitment to yourself and your health to reduce your fear and worry over your future. There are currently only 5 spots available, so make sure you apply now to see if you qualify.